Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ready Check with Mox, the mini series where I talk about one TI player per video and tell you who they are, who they're playing for, a little bit about their history and why they might look a little familiar, why you should care, and any fun stories or facts that I find out along the way. Today's player that we're going to be discussing is one that has made himself very well known as a core player, but has recently made the shift over into the offlane position. If you guessed that we were talking about Raven from OG, you'd be correct. So if you're ready, let's begin. As I said before, Raven is the offlaner for Team OG. His real name is Marco Polo Luis Fausto, and he's from the Philippines. He's also 27 years old. He was around 11 years old when he first began playing Dota. Since his professional debut, he's been known as one of the most consistent and veteran players in Southeast Asia Dota 2 scene. So much that he's been nicknamed the one true carry by SEA fans. His other nickname is the performative Dota player, which personally I think is hilarious. He often posts and jokes about liking matcha, tote bags, reading books in cafes to try to get girls' attentions, that sort of thing. Honestly, I would love to see him on an episode of Brooklyn Coffee Shop. Or someone please make a Dota parody of this. I would totally do it if I had the funds, and it would be so funny. Raven has been around professional Dota for years. He started in 2014 with Click and Search, and since then has played for Mineski, multiple iterations of TNC and Fnatic, and he's also played on GeekFam. This is also not Raven's first time playing with Tims, as they were on Blacklist together in 2023. But now they're reunited along with their coach Adam on this iteration of OG. Raven has stated that it's really important for the team to bond and have a good relationship. We need to trust each other. That's how our Dota will become easier. Rejoining former teammates will certainly give OG an edge. Fun fact, Raven played against a different OG roster in 2016 during TI and eliminated them, but now he's on Team OG this TI with their SEA squad, and honestly, they've been looking really good lately. Raven is well known for his carry skills, but he's made a shift to offlane with OG. In the past, his heroes have been high-efficiency farmers, but recently have been focused more on utility teamfight initiators and aura providers, which is a big shift. These heroes have been Lycan, Darkseer, and Underlord. He's also played some crazy Night Stalker games recently as well. I've linked some gameplay below if you want to see what he's been up to as an offlaner. So I've actually been super lucky enough to meet Raven before at ESL Stockholm, and I did a video with him. He's super, super friendly and has a really playful personality. Here's the official clip from my interview. We're here with a Raven from Fnatic, and he's going to tell us why his region's Dota is the best.
I think C region is the best Dota because everyone wants to play core and everyone wants to play, everyone wants to say ako mid bobo gago.
What does that mean?
It means I will play mid. I'm good and you're stupid.
Well, we're having a lot of fun watching you guys play. Good luck going further.
Thank you.
So despite there being a lot of jokes about Raven being the performative Dota 2 player, I've always found Raven to be very genuine and authentic. I've had the opportunity to speak with him before. I've been watching a lot of interviews and reading a lot of interviews, and he just always seems really genuinely happy to be there, happy to share what he can, and also has a great sense of humor. And these things are really important because as a teammate, you need to have open communication. He even states that in that one interview that I mentioned earlier, that you need to be able to communicate well with your teammates and you need to be able to trust them. And you need to have a certain amount of authenticity to be able to pull that off. And clearly Raven has that because not only has he been around the Dota scene for a long time, he's working with some players that he's worked with before and coaches that he's worked with before, and they all seem really happy to have him around on the team. And someone who is not genuine or authentic definitely would cause a bit more friction, I think. So I think that's very, very cool. I'm going to be cheering for Raven this TI, and if you're looking for someone who's really the darling of his scene, this is the person to do it for. So with that, you're ready to cheer for Raven.